Welcome back. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency has warned of severe heat stress in Gombe State and 17 other northern states. The other states are Borno, Adamawa, Taraba, Yobe, Bauchi, Jigawa, Kano, Katsina, Kaduna, Zamfara, Sokoto, Kebbi, Niger, Kogi, Nasarawa, Benue, and the Federal Capital Territory. This is contained in its weather outlook release and made available in Gombe by the meteorological manager Guyus Musa for Gombe State. The chairman of Air Peace Airlines, Dr. Allen Oyema, has expressed deep concern and condemnation over the recent discovery of Nigerian underage girls trafficked to Côte d'Ivoire. This was made known through a statement by Oyema personally signed and made available to journalists. Oyema promised that his airline would ensure the return of the girls back to Nigeria from the French-speaking West African country free of charge. President Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to boosting economic growth, job creation, and regional integration through strategic partnerships and infrastructure. Speaking through the Secretary to the State Government of the Federation, George Akume, at the official commissioning of the African Trade Center in Abuja, President Tinubu described the newly inaugurated facility as a vital step towards enhancing trade capacity and boosting unity across the continent. Kike Lomo Okere has the details.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was represented by the Secretary at the official commissioning of the African Trade Center in Abuja, says the Africa Trade Center will play a pivotal role in unlocking new jobs opportunity, reducing unemployment and strengthening national by bridging regional divides and fostering collaboration across various sectors. According to him, the initiative will help in achieving Nigeria's long-term development goals and positioning the country as a major economic force within Africa and globally.
This occasion, which is symbolized in the commission of this building, is actually a realization of a bold vision for Africa's economic future. The AATC stand is a testament to the power of collaboration, resilience, and forward-thinking leadership. It is more than a physical structure. It is a beginning of innovation, and power and entrepreneurship, and catalyst for sustainable development.
One built on hope and determination. Like the other AATCs, the Abuja AATC will serve a multi-purpose goal. It will serve as a platform for fostering deeper regional and continental integration and has Afreximbank's permanent regional office.
The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, and the Minister of Trade, Industry and Investment, Dr. Jumoke Uduwole, highlighted the current economic challenges facing the country, pointing out that Nigeria is grappling with the heightened financial risk and macroeconomic pressures. They further expressed confidence that the Africa Trade Center will serve as a hub for promoting intra-Africa trade, reducing reliance on import from outside the continent, and facilitating the seamless exchange of goods and services among African nations. The minister added that the AATC will attract both local and international investors, injecting much needed capital into the Nigerian economy, as well as creating a ripple effect that benefits other African economies.
A symbol of partnership, integration, and prosperity for the African continent.
This center is not just for Afreximbank or policymakers. It's for our youth, hungry for knowledge and innovation, our women-owned businesses building legacies with limited access, our MSMEs trying to move from survival to skill, our exporters daring to compete globally.
All officials reiterated the federal government's dedication to supporting initiatives that drives economic inclusion, improve livelihoods, and position Nigeria as a gateway for trade and innovation in Africa. Kike Lomo Okere, Global Television News.
The Policy and Legal Advocacy Center, PLAC, has launched a report with title from ballots to the court, analysis of election petition litigation from 2023 general election. The report is aimed at resolving issues on electoral crisis. Our correspondent was there and is joins us with this report. The chairman Senate Committee on Independent National Electoral Commission, who was represented by the clerk of the Senate Committee on INEC, Fayam Philip, urged the political stakeholders to support the idea of settling all electoral rancor, dissatisfaction and grievance before fixing a day for swearing in. He explained that with the political issue being resolved before swearing in will help fixing the challenges in courts.
The Joint Committee on Electoral Matters has held several retreats across some geopolitical zones in Nigeria. And one of the major inputs received and discussed is that all election litigation should be concluded before the swearing in of any candidate. If this is adopted, the amended will resolve unnecessary court cases.
In his goodwill address, the chairman of INEC, Mahmoud Yakub, who was represented by Tanimu Inuwa, Director Litigations and Prosecutions, INEC, pledged the Commission's commitment in strengthening electioneering process in Nigeria.
Asked me to assure PLAC that the Commission is always ready to continue to partner with PLAC towards making our electoral administration seamless. The Commission also wants me to inform the public that it is doing everything possible to enhance the electoral integrity in Nigeria. Hence, the introduction of card reader machine, the BVAS, and it is currently understudying the performance of the BVAS with a view to improving its performance come 2027.
The highlight of the event is the unveiling of the published report on election litigation, which ushered in a new narrative in electoral discussions. Godwin Sunday, reporting for Global Television News. In a heartfelt gesture of support, the Minister of Women Affairs and Social Development, Imam Sulaiman Ibrahim, presented a 1 million naira check and a fully furnished apartment for 2 years to a survivor of gender-based violence, GBV, and a mother, Rebecca Isonga. The presentation took place at the ministry's headquarters in Abuja, where the minister reaffirmed the government's commitment to protecting survivors of abuse and restoring dignity to victims of gender-based violence. Our correspondent was there and joins us with this report.
Speaking at a press conference ahead of the event, media advocate and event host Livinus Chibuike Victor emphasized the critical role journalists play in promoting transparency, challenging power, and giving a voice to the voiceless. He says
It was a moment filled with emotions and solidarity as the Ministry of Women Affairs extended financial support to a young girl whose life was altered by violence and trauma. The girl, whose identity is withheld for her protection, is a survivor of rape and she is now living with HIV. In a symbolic act of compassion and responsibility, the Minister of Women Affairs presented a check to the girl's guardian. The funds are meant to assist her with a medical treatment, education, and overall rehabilitation.
Today, we mark the transition into a more stable phase of reintegration. The ministry has secured and furnished safe accommodation for the family for 2 years and is empowering the mother with a 1 million grant to start a business, supporting their journey. Supporting their journey towards self-reliance. The survivor has also been enrolled into school to continue her education upon resumption. Upon the resumption of the third time academic session. We extend our deep appreciation to the Safe Haven Foundation for their unwavering partnership and to His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, whose renewed hope agenda continues to prioritize the protection and development of women, children, families, and vulnerable groups across the country.
The ministry also assured that the girl will receive free counseling, continuous medical attention, and education support. It is part of a broader commitment to protect and empower survivors of abuse across the country. While speaking to journalists, the girl's guardian spoke on the rape antecedent.
For 2 years ago, I don't have money to pay for house because our father lived as a born baby girl. So I don't have money to pay for house. Then one woman directs me, take me to one elderly man. So then the man now help us for the house. So we are living there. We are staying there. I don't know when I went to work in the morning before 5, the man will enter and carry towel and cover her mouth and rape her. So the man give her HIV. Then when they do the test, the doctor do the test, both the man, they ask the man. The man said the sickness they in body for 26 years. And is that sickness he used to kill his wife. And he give many children and 3 die after 3 months. So they put him inside, the children use money and bail him.
While the scars may take time to heal, today's gesture is a reminder that survivors are not forgotten and that every act of support brings them one step closer to reclaiming their future. Godwin Sunday, reporting for Global Television News. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention has listed 1,277 persons for follow-up over the possibility of being infected with Lassa fever. This follows the center recording 659 confirmed cases out of 3,779 suspected cases and 122 deaths in 13 weeks from January to March 30th, 2025. A report obtained from the NCDC indicated that no fewer than 18 states across the country have recorded Lassa fever cases, with Ondo, Bauchi, and Edo being the most affected. The report shows that the contact on the follow-up number 1,277, while contacts that have completed follow-up total 1,448. In line with the operational directives and strategic vision of the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, geared towards tackling violent crimes, dismantling criminal networks, and enhancing public safety across the country, the Nigerian Police Force says it has recorded significant breakthroughs in recent operations conducted in Kaduna State. Ogochukwu Mobono has the details.
Force Public Relations Officer ACP Olumiyiwa Adejobi says, in a remarkable feat of interagency collaboration and strategic intelligence deployment, operatives of the Kaduna State Police Command's anti-kidnapping unit, in conjunction with the Office of the National Security Advisor, successfully rescued 17 victims who had been abducted on 3rd March 2025 from Serikin Power, Niger State. Adejobi noted that the operation was achieved through a non-kinetic approach, leveraging intelligence-led policing and interagency synergy to address security challenges.
In a remarkable feat of interagency collaboration and strategic intelligence deployment, operatives of the Kaduna State Police Command Anti-Kidnapping Unit, in conjunction with the Office of the National Security Advisor, successfully rescued 17 victims who had been abducted on 3rd March 2025 from Serikin Power in Niger State. This operation, notably achieved through a non-kinetic approach, evidences the commitment of the IGP to leveraging intelligence-led policing and interagency synergy to address security challenges.
Adejobi noted that all rescued individuals were promptly taken to the police clinic in Kaduna for medical examination and have been certified to be in stable and sound health. Adding that on the same day, 9th April 2025, operatives of the anti-kidnapping unit acting on credible intelligence intercepted a commercial Volkswagen Charan vehicle at the Kawa Central Motor Park in Kaduna. During preliminary interrogation, the suspect confessed that he was instructed by a union member to deliver the firearms to an unidentified individual in Kaduna. A full-scale investigation has been launched to dismantle the arms trafficking network and bring all perpetrators to book.
Upon thorough search, officers discovered 21 fabricated AK-47 rifles concealed in the vehicle. The suspect, identified as Jamiu Sulaiman, a 27-year-old male resident of Rafin Guza in Kaduna, was arrested and is currently in custody helping us carrying out our investigation.
During the exchange of gunfire, 2 of the robbers were neutralized, while others fled towards the nearby hills. 2 other injured suspects were apprehended and taken to the Umaru Musa Yar'Adua Memorial Hospital, Sabon Wuse, for treatment. Unfortunately, one of them was later confirmed dead, while the other is alive and currently assisting the police with further investigation. The first public relations officer says efforts are ongoing to apprehend the fleeing members of the gang and bring them to justice.
You are watching the live broadcast of News Cycle on Global Television. When News Cycle returns, FG inaugurates subcommittee to assess impact of U.S. tariffs of Nigerian economy. Details coming shortly, plus foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Do you know that Global Television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch Global Television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to Global Television.
Welcome back. The federal government has set up a subcommittee to thoroughly evaluate the potential economic impact of the recent tariff measures announced by the United States government, particularly considering the indirect effect on Nigerians' fiscal position and global oil market development. This was disclosed in a press statement signed by Mohammed Manga, the Director of Information and Public Relations at the Federal Ministry of Finance. According to the statement, the Economic Management team, chaired by the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, convened an urgent meeting earlier this week with key ministries and agencies to discuss the way forward. Lawmakers from Northeast geopolitical zones have expressed strong dissatisfaction over the exclusion of their region from the federal government's Special Agro-Industry Processing Zones program. Speaking at an emergency meeting held at the National Assembly complex in Abuja, Nikakus, which includes all states and representatives from Adamawa, Bauchi, Borno, Gombe, Taraba, and Yobe State, led by its chairman Northeast Caucus, Senator Danjuma Goje, commended President Tinubu for the initiative, but called for the immediate inclusion of the Northeast in the SAPZ programs.
Chairman Northeast Caucus, Senator Danjuma Goje, emphasized that the exclusion of Northeast in the Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zones program undermines the goals of the program and marginalizes a region that plays a critical role in Nigeria's agricultural economy.
Appeal for the immediate inclusion of the Northeast Geographical Zone, the Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zones, SAPZ. This is not only for fairness and inclusivity, but for the actualization of the lofty ideals of the present administration to industrialize Nigeria's agricultural sector.
Senator Aminu Abbas also echoed the concern raised by Senator Ali Ndume, who had earlier criticized the lopsided nature of public office appointments, urging the presidency to uphold the principle of federal character by ensuring fair representations across all regions.
On the foreign scene, there has been an explosion in central Athens near the office of Greek railway company Hellenic Train. CCTV footage captured the moment the blast appeared to rip through a backpack reportedly left outside the office block. Police said anonymous calls were made to Greek media outlets warning of the attack, which happened close to one of the capital's busiest airlines highways, Leforos Andreou Singrou. No fatalities or injuries has been reported. Still on the foreign scene, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security says thousands of Afghans and Cameroonians will have their temporary deportation protections terminated. Homeland Security Secretary Christy Neal found the conditions in Afghanistan and Cameroon no longer merited U.S. protections, according to a statement from DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin. An estimated 14,600 Afghans previously eligible for temporary protected status are now set to lose it in May, while some 7,900 Cameroonians will lose it in June this year. In sports, Bayelsa State United extended their unbeaten run to 7 matches in all competitions with a 3-0 victory over out of form Shooting Stars at the Samson Siasia Stadium in Yenagoa. The Prosperity Boys made their intentions clear early in the matchday 33 opener of the 2024-2025 Nigerian Premier Football League season, dominating positions and carving out opportunities from the opening minutes. An early effort from Yusuf Issa in the 17th minute forced a straightforward save from the Shooting Stars goalkeeper Mustafa Lawal before Kainde Malik tested him again shortly afterwards with a half volley. As news cycle comes to an end, let's take a quick look at our top stories. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency has warned of severe heat stress in Gombe State and 17 other northern states. The federal government has set up a subcommittee to thoroughly evaluate the potential economic impact of the recent tariff measures announced by the United States government, particularly considering the indirect effect on Nigeria's fiscal position and global oil market development. On the foreign scene, there has been an explosion in central Athens, the office of Greek railway company Hellenic Train. And in sports, Bayelsa United extended their unbeaten run to 7 matches in all competition with a 3-0 victory over out-of-form Shooting Stars at the Samson Siasia Stadium in Yenagoa. And that's it on Global TV News Cycle. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all our social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. You can download the Global TV Nigerian app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcasts. I am Godwin Sunday. Thank you for watching.